Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Eros in Cancer in a natal chart. Now, Eros in astrology can be associated with a powerful sexual attraction. You may have the kind of person you may be really strongly attracted to, even if you're not necessarily compatible with them on other levels. It could be a very unconquerable or near unconquerable sexual desire you may have. Which reflects the kind of sexual partner you may be strongly desirous of and attracted to. And the fact that this is in Cancer, this could be a person that you see somebody very nurturing. It could be somebody that could be motherly if you're a male. It could be a person that shows a lot of empathy and sympathy, that's protective of you. And you may be a person that might show very unconditional, unequivocal love in sexual matters where it's really more strongly tied in to love as opposed to just lust and just flat and just plain sex. It's could also be a person that you may be strongly sexually desirous of, so to speak, of a person that shows a lot of dedication and devotion and really caring as well, and a person that might be somewhat of a homebody, be very introverted, and has a lot of sensitivity as well. So, and it can be in some cases this can be a Cancer sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Cancerian characteristics. Now, if it's if it's the ascendant, it could be it could really accentuate the more physical attraction. Say a female, you might see you'd be really connected with the feminine side of this person and those Cancerian qualities that are projected outwardly very naturally, such as very sympathetic, nurturing, protective energy, and an empathetic energy. If it's the moon, it may be on a more unconscious or subconscious level. If it's the sun, it can be a physical connection to some degree, because the sun can play a role in the physical body, even though the ascendant dominates the appearance, but more the basic character, the inside of the person, is what may draw you, in which you find very alluring. So anyway, now, also too, Eros in astrology can be connected with the creative energy and ability. Now, given that this is in the zodiac sign Cancer, well, it might be a person that might express a lot of creativity in home decoration. It can be through things that they cook or they bake with their food in general. It could be a person that may show this in some kind of home design, or even and really too, and maybe doing something with history or nostalgia, like maybe creating some kind of creative looking family tree that reflects their genealogy, their ancestry. Maybe creativity may be connected with water to some degree. I know there was something invented a while back which was like some triple osmosis, I guess it was like a filtration system, but you understand what I'm saying. There might be some creativity that may be shown somehow in connection with water. If it's some kind of, let's say if this falls in the fifth house, it might be something that the person may really enjoy, or something associated with some sports. It might be a water sport that maybe somebody creates and has enjoyment with. It might also be something connected with the occult as well, which could include astrology, because Cancer can be a sign that can be connected with that, and also too maybe in something with cultivation and gardening as well. So anyway, but and also too another thing about this is that and it could also be a very creative way of conveying or expressing feelings, whether it could be on electronic scoreboard, or some billboard, or skywriting. This could be a way where people might that have this placement might express themselves in a creative level in terms of their feelings. So anyway, because Cancer can be connected with that. Now, also to keep in mind that Eros in astrology may not, it's not just about the kind of sexual partner you might be very enamored or infatuated with. It could be that energy that might actually turn you off and rebuff you, that you might flat out reject or repudiate. Given this is Cancerian energy, it could be some of the negative characteristics associated with the sign, such as the smothering energy, and being maybe overly tenacious or clingy, and overly shy or reticent. It might be some of the qualities that a person that has this placement might actually admire and be infatuated with. They, in some instances, they might actually reject. And a lot of this, I believe, could be predicated and dependent on other elements in the horoscope. And if you're like, say, have an Aries dominant chart, you have Aries, sun, moon, or ascendant, or even on the descendant, this could be something where you don't really might feel as compatible with this kind of Cancerian energy as if you actually had more compatible energy and in connection with it. Because, for example, Aries can be a little bit bruising, and the zodiac sign Cancer can be very sensitive to criticism and ridicule. The Aries person might see Cancer as being too needy or too smothering or protective, so, and overly sensitive to certain statements that Aries might just see as just being just generally direct and outspoken, but not necessarily saying something in a hurtful or derogatory manner. Now, and also, going back to the things that might turn off this person that has this position, it could be energy that might be overly dependent or needy, or even temperamental qualities, and being overly emotional or sensitive. So anyway, now, Eros in astrology can also be associated with what one may have a very powerful exuberance or enthusiasm for. Now, given that we're talking about the zodiac sign Cancer, this could be somebody that might have a strong enthusiasm or exuberance for water sports. As an example, say if this falls in the fifth house, as an example, or even family games, say like Twister, for example, and if it falls the fifth house, can be connected with games as well. Now, it could also be a person that might show a lot of passion toward caregiving. It could be home renovation or remodeling, like roofing, siding, anything home related, introverted activities. It could be home decor, and even in some instances the occult, perhaps, because again, going back to Cancer can be connected with the occult. So, and also even cooking and baking as well, and even laundry. Laundry can be associated with the zodiac sign Cancer. This person might actually have more an enthusiasm and exuberance for this than the average person, even though many may actually see this as something very mundane and just an exasperating task. Could be somebody that might, for example, going back, this could be somebody that might be enamored with water sports, especially if this falls in a house that can be connected with sports like the fifth or even the ninth, like water polo as an example, so, or swimming. And even a person might be enamored that has this placement, even with like ancestry, getting back in touch with their roots. Say if this is makes a sextile or trine to one's natal Pluto, it could be a person that might go very deep into this as an example. So now, anyway, another thing I wanted to get at is that there's another example as far as aspects may go. If this, say, for example, this makes a sextile or trine to one's natal Jupiter, well, this could add prosperity and luck to the Cancerian things that this person might show a lot of passion, exuberance, and enthusiasm for, and maybe even the person that they may be strongly sexually desirous of. That might actually be more fortunate in connection with that person than usual. And there might be, say if you have this like in one of the money houses, the second the 6th or the 10th house, that could really increase a propensity for doing something, Cancerian related. You have this strong exuberance and enthusiasm for and making money with it, such as cooking or just something connected like with swimming or water sports or home renovation, roofing, remodeling. Say if this makes an adverse aspect to Pluto as another example, this person might be overly obsessed and fixated with the person, this Cancerian type person, that they may be strongly infatuated with. It might give more obsessive and fixated energy and connection with it, and this person might be very obsessed with it, with this particular person, or even doing the things of a creative nature associated with the zodiac sign Cancer, such as cooking, food, going into one's roots or nostalgia. And so anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.